So today's really awesome session, gang, is about empowering us to, especially CEOs and entrepreneurs. I see a lot of us as entrepreneurs, business owners here. We're all here because we want to start growing our digital presence. And growing our digital presence, ladies and gentlemen, is not about selling more and more products online, but it's about creating that awareness, right? William also. Okay, we got a few fans here, Anita. Okay, and if I can, when we talk about what we do online, it is about creating awareness and education, and then people get engaged to your business, to your journey, to the experience of you running your company, and it's not just about educating what's the next thing to buy. So today's topic is really about raising thought leaders and authorities. Now, this applies to any business that you're in, whether you're in the business of training. I see a few trainers here, financial planners. I see some copywriters, professional services. Woohoo! Hello, hello. I see people that make cakes. Okay, Anita gets a shout out. All right. So, whatever business that you're running, it is very important that we are raising our digital presence. But how do we do it without selling? Everybody, welcome to today's show. My name is Maresa Ng, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Spark Group Asia. We are essentially a leadership and business coaching company. Yeah. And the Spark Group Asia works a lot with business owners, SMEs, as well as larger corporate. And today's topic, the Leadership Live Wire. For those of you who are first time at our Leadership Live Wire, actually a lot of you are common friends. I've seen you guys before. The Live Wire brings topics, hot topics if I can, and top experts. I can't wait to introduce our experts to you, where we address burning questions. So remember when we ask burning questions, thanks so much, Cleo. These burning questions don't just come from us, but it comes from you, the wisdom of the crowd, all right? And so you are the crowd, the wisdom here, very, very powerful. So we want to hear from you. Feel free to chat us up, feel free to ask questions, because today's session is really all for you, all right? So I'm going to bring on board some amazing people, all right? So a little bit about our panel today. Dang, dang, dang. Can I have a drum roll, everybody? Okay. Our panel of experts that I managed to secure their time today are experts in authority marketing and organic funnel training and coaching. And they've been doing good work, not just in Malaysia, but all over Asia. Hard at work training leaders and CEOs, entrepreneurs, business owners, self-employed teams, yeah, to grow their thought leadership and to enable digital presence. All right. Woo! Thank you, Mazlan. Woo! You're in. All right. Don't miss out. So, gang, I really want to bring on board two amazing friends. So this is dang, dang, dang. Are you guys ready? Okay. So the first person that I'd like to bring up is none other than Amien. Woohoo! Amien, come on up.
Hello, guys.
Okay,
Love to be here. Give us some love. Give us some like, man. Give us a lot of love.
give some love. Ready?
Yeah. Press that love button a lot. Okay, the like button. Press.
Love, love, love,
It
love,
helps
love,
to
love, love,
bring
love,
more
love.
people in.
I can feel it. I can feel it. So Amin is a good friend, dear and good friend. The CEO of POPCONfest. All right. So I can't wait for all. I've just always seen a lot of your social media posts. Very, very engaging, and I love it. All right. And the next person drum roll. Afzan, are you ready? The next person we want to bring up is Pauline. Woohoo!
Hey.
Yay! Everybody say hello to Pauline. Say hello to Amin. Okay, so we have a few badass coaches in the room. Okay, yeah, not me. I'm actually a very nice coach. Oh my. Oh, okay. I said so. The badass coach, not me. Yeah. Okay. So if I can, gang, we really want to start jumping in. Okay, so feel free, just pop it in. Hi, Nisa. Hi, William. Thumbs up, smiley face. Okay, so if we can run in Pau Pau, itu nama apa tu? Nickname OMG. Okay, that's not a nice nickname for a badass coach, okay? Okay, so the first question that I have for you, yeah, and these are burning questions that we've got from all of our communities everywhere, right? A lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, yeah, are doing a lot on their socials, okay? And they put all kinds of content, right? But if I can, you've been in this space for so many years, huh? What are the top mistakes that, I mean, Pauline, you see people making in driving content development on their socials? Yeah, kick it off. Hey.
Okay, so we want to choose it. Pauline, is it? Pauline, you going to start first or I want
Okay,
to start
one,
first?
two,
You
choose.
go ahead first.
I go here first. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, up to today, we've been working with a lot of entrepreneurs. We've been working with a lot of professionals. If I were to have like a summary on things, or the top things that I would say are some of the mistakes that entrepreneurs have. I first thing first, I'm going to take a look at is the mindset of the entrepreneur itself when it comes to content marketing. Yeah. We live in an era now where doing sales is very different compared to where we were before. Yeah. But unfortunately, as we are growing up, the way we do sales, right, it's very traditional style of doing things, right? I give a brochure. I expect that when you get the brochure, I will buy from you. Yeah. But that has changed tremendously. You cannot just depend on one corporate video a year and depend on one brochure for marketing and then hope for people to take the brochure and buy the stuff from you. So sales have changed drastically in the last few years. So another thing that we also want to take a look at is the mistake that when it comes to content. So the mindset of selling has to change. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two is in terms of content marketing, most people take the wrong advice from some of the gurus because some of the gurus will go to them and say, hey, I need to be everywhere. So let me rephrase that again. Yeah. When you say I need to be in all social media platforms, I would say that would be the ideal thing for any businesses. But when you are just starting and you do not even have any presence at all, when you start to do that, you start creating content in all social media platforms, you start to realize this. You will get burnout after like 2 to 3 weeks. And then after that, you will no longer be consistent in terms of your content, in terms of your brand presence, in terms of your marketing. So rather than cutting yourself thin, what you want to do is that you want to take that small step first. Yeah. So strategize your social media marketing strategy by focusing on one platform that will help you to get the results fast first. So think about that, right?
Right.
So how do you do that? First thing you want to do is you want to take a look at where does your client hang out? Okay. If you have like a specific target audience that you want to focus on, maybe that's what you need to do. Focus on the existing clients that you have. Ask yourself, where can I find them? And start my campaign in that one particular platform. That's what we do in Popcorn. Because for us, most of the clients that we want to work with are all on LinkedIn. So we started with LinkedIn first before we decided to go on Facebook group, WhatsApp marketing, email marketing, all of those other things that will help you to get more leads and clients. We start with something that's simple for us, and we work from there. Yeah. So start with one platform first, and start having a strategy. Yeah, one platform.
Okay.
And a strategy. I don't want to take too much. Nanti Pauline can answer that. Maybe I'll pass it to Pauline after this first.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Amin. So I hear you. One platform with a very clear plan, right? Okay, fantastic. Pauline, what about yourself? What are some of the top mistakes that CEOs and entrepreneurs make in content development?
I think the one that we see often basically is when they chase for popularity, metrics. So what I mean by that is they are chasing for likes, they are chasing for, virality purposes and all that. And if you look at it, right, why is it that they chase for that? It's not because of the outcome that they want, but it fits into the ego. So it kind of like stray away to the real intent to why they are even, using content marketing in the first place. That's number one. Number two is a lot of the times we were not taught in schools or in college, how do we actually use content to generate leads or sales? So then what happens here is a lot of people self-hack. They go and listen to all sorts of, gurus lah, and then they go and tembak here, tembak there, and then it becomes very rojak content. So the thing here is when they come up with a lot of nonsense or rojak content out there, they will say that it doesn't work. But what I always say that the best thing to do when it comes to these top mistakes is you always need to stop and study, look into your data, do a post-mortem and look into your analytics. If you feel that you cannot do this alone, that is where you are better to reach out to the right mentors lah.
Right, right.
Mm.
Fantastic. So there are a lot of mistakes that we see, and I love that when you talk about starting with one platform at a time. I think this is the challenge for a lot of businesses. I would say whether they are small, medium, large businesses, because then again there are so many platforms, right? Where do you begin? So many tools. Okay, but one of the mistakes that we see a lot of businesses make is that instead of focusing on thought leadership content, a lot of their content tend to be very sales focused, very salesy. Like I'm trying to promote something. If I'm selling bags, I'll see like a ton of bags. And now that's okay because at the end of the day, you do want people to know about your product, about your features, but there can be too much of that. So when we talk about thought leadership here, how do we do more and what's the difference? Pauline, yeah, chime in.
Okay.
In
In terms of
take
the
it away.
difference, right?
Yeah.
I think let's go back to the time. Okay, I'm very old. I think I'm the oldest among the.
Hey, don't give away life now,
Yeah, I have to reveal the old. Okay, so I grew up in the era where I watched MacGyver at 8:30 p.m. or Airwolf at 8:30 p.m. in TV3, right? At that time in Malaysia, we only have three TV stations, RTM1, RTM2, and TV3. So the way how organizations sells their product now, last time in terms of marketing, they like to interrupt. So you tengah short, like watch all this MacGyver and all these series, right? And then suddenly you got interrupted, boom. Then either you like it or not, you have to consume the advertisement that's coming out from the TV, right? But that has changed today. Nowadays, if you take a look at the way how organizations are selling their products online, when they do ads, right, the first 5 seconds is the most important part. They need to find a way to hook people so that they want to look into the content and start consuming the content. Right? So in a way, permission marketing is something that's really, really important nowadays. So this is something that we really need to understand as entrepreneurs. We cannot keep interrupting people's life by putting something into their face and hoping that they will consume it and buy it from us. That's not going to work. Yeah. So in terms of the shift, I think one thing that we need to understand is that we need to shift that mindset first. We need to understand that sales 1.0 is no longer working, where you call people up, interrupt people with your cold calling. It's not going to work anymore. The best way to do this is through social media, build out your content, build out your presence, get people to see those content. But when they consume the content, it's not just about me. This is something that I notice a lot of people to do. And I've been in the training industry for the last 20 years. Common mistake that a lot of coaches and trainers do when they do posting on social media. And this is something that I always laugh whenever I see it. Yeah? The trainer or the coach, usually after they completed their training, they will post a picture of their training program with all of the participants and then all in happy faces, right? Right? I've just completed the program with this group of people and they are happy with it. Right? So it's very much me-centric. I'm putting myself at the product, feature, advantage, and benefit. You hire me, you will get benefit from it. I'll become the best trainer for you. Yeah.
Right.
But the problem is, right?
Yeah, we're still here.
You're still there.
Okay. So the problem is, when you do that, it's very me-centric, and you're not focusing on the audience, right?
Okay.
The audience don't care. The audience want. At the end of the day, they will ask this question when you're consuming your content: is what's in it for me? What am I getting from this? Yeah. So the approach needs to be very different. You cannot just interrupt people, put brochure out there, expect people to just consume and buy from you.
Yeah.
Storytelling is one of the best way for you to get people to know you. And educating people is one of the best way for you to be able to get people to know you. And that's what thought leadership is about anyway, isn't it? It's about educating people and giving people value. Identifying some of the problems that they have and giving a solution through your content.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
change in the way on how you do things today.
Yeah, that's
Pass it back
fantastic.
to you.
Yeah, you know, the fantastic part about all of this is how it used to be, so many years ago. And I know when I first started business, telemarketing and doing those outbound sales calls still could work, but because people are just so tight on time right now, they say, hey, can you don't talk to me on the phone, but can you send me something? So they rather be consuming this information on their own time. And something that I mean, you spoke about how a lot of it is on demand. Content is on demand, and the world gets faster, and how people even consume ads is changing. Maybe Pauline, if you want to chime in a little bit on that, when you talk about, I think Amin talked about permission marketing now. How does that change for the way we as businesses promote ourselves online, Pauline?
So one of the things here we got to remember that a lot of people are pushing away, interruptive marketing, right? And the control is basically at the consumer's hand. We are at their mercy.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to content marketing, it is the total opposite. Because if you know how to play the game right, by solving their problems, by showing them the transformation, by using the right emotions, for example, um, all of that, you are basically get inviting people. It gravitates because humans are very relationship and emotional beings, and when you're able to do that, they will identify, they can see themselves in that story. They will be like, this person gets me, I would like to follow this person more. So over time, subconsciously, the connection is being built. You have actually warmed up your cold market without you even knowing who these people are. And when the
Right.
time is right, they will either refer you to their friends because they are comfortable, they trust you. Number two, when the time is ready, they are just going to look for you for the solution
Right.
because they have already made their mind that you are the one.
Mm.
And what I like about content marketing here is you're not fighting for sales. You're
Mm.
sharing, you're telling, you're educating,
Yeah.
right? And it is more welcoming. And when you
Right.
do that, what potentially can happen here is that you are already creating, you're continuously growing your community and they will become engaged and loyal. So
Mm.
the most important thing to that is, do you know your target audience and how well do you know them? That is
Right.
where
Right.
a lot of people fail, which is why their content doesn't work.
Right, right. And I think taking it to the next level of knowing your target audience is not just knowing, 25 to 35 years old, female, male, those are demographics. We
Mhm.
almost need to know our audience way better than that. Okay, so can you comment? How much better do we need to know our target audience, our target customers? Yeah. Uh, Pauline, and then
you
Amin
gotta
chime
know
in.
them you gotta know them better than they know themselves, that when it comes to writing content, they'll be like, shit, the person just invaded my mind. So I mean, one of the questions that we always ask is, number one, you gotta identify who these people are, right? Number two is, what is the things that is emotionally and logically that's going to resonate with them. What are their goals, their challenges? Like, do you even
Mm,
know what's at stake if they were to fail? Like, what happens if they are not able to find a solution to their
right,
problem?
right.
I would say then you gotta also ask yourself this question: what is it that they really want, and why is it that they want this to happen?
Wow.
Okay, these are
Mm,
all these series of questions, right? That when you start writing, it becomes clearer to you because it becomes powerful to turn into your content marketing. So
right.
then a lot of people, they are so impatient that they don't even spend quality time to write this.
Yeah.
When you identify all of that, and then you can also write like what are some of the things that they have tried before but has not worked, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes your weapon. Because now you, in your content, you can subtly invalidate solutions that has not worked, so that you will get their attention. Emotionally, they'll be more invested because they'll be like, what is this solution? How is it
Mm.
that the person is talking about all this little pain that is bugging me every single day? Like, have
Wow.
I had enough? If I had
Yeah.
enough, it's time for me to
Mhm.
explore. It is not
So
the
it's
big problem.
yeah, it's relevance. It's
Relevant.
being It's relevant. So you're connecting yourself to their lives and almost speaking. I like what you said. You're speaking their mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Correct.
fantastic. That's fantastic. I just want to say hello to a few really good friends that are in here. Shidi in the house. Fiona, how are you? Good to have you. Siti Joani, I'm so glad you chose to be here. Yeah. And if I can, I really want to bring some attention to this because business owners and CEOs are, uh, I imagine most people are result oriented. They want to see the clicks, they want to see the leads, they want to see the inquiries. And what can be quite demotivating with content marketing is that doesn't happen so soon. So I just want to see if anybody else has more questions around this topic. Feel free to throw it in. I think, guys. I mean, your views on that. How we look at content marketing to make it work for us.
Okay, so my personal view when it comes to content marketing is that this is not a short-term goal. It's not an overnight thing. You cannot operate content marketing as if you know, I'm gonna do a promo this week and do a discount and hope that people will just buy it. Supermarket likes to do that, right?
Yeah.
That's not the way how content marketing works.
Okay.
The way content marketing work for me today is that you have to look at content marketing as part of your sales and client acquisition process. That's something that you want to take a look into. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a long game that requires consistency. The analogy for this is very simple. You want to lose weight, you have to go to the gym every day. You have to take care of your diet, right? It's
Yeah.
the same thing when it comes to content marketing.
Yeah.
The one that will basically get the most out of content marketing are the people that will show up consistently and they are there until the end. Right? Because you can't ignore them. You can see them almost every day.
Right.
You take a look at people like Gary Vee, for example, Gary Vaynerchuk,
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah,
most
Vinisha.
brilliant
Love
marketer
it.
that I known out there. He's everywhere, but he started from one place first, right? Where he
Yeah.
started his YouTube channel a long time ago, and then he develops it. He developed the habit, he
Yeah.
developed the discipline to do it, and he becomes a better and better content creator as he goes along.
That's right.
This is part of the process that entrepreneurs need to surrender to. You
Yeah.
cannot hope that you do one content and then you will get results tomorrow.
Plus
Not
tomorrow.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
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 Uh,
Yeah.
when you started the business, it's the same thing, right? You open up your shop. There are things that you need to do. There are things that you need to cover. Of course, there's always that doubt that you have to pay the bills at the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
got to do
Yeah.
what you do. This is a mastery process. That's how I see it. Right?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna pass it back to Pauline.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Pauline, on this?
So deep,
Yeah.
um okay, it's to me basically, we are in this digital landscape. You can't deny the fact that um you want to use the excuse that you don't want to do content marketing anymore. Because if you look at society nowadays, we are also hung out on social platforms, TikTok, Twitter, or whatsoever, and everybody is consuming, content, and they pick and choose.
Saturated. Yeah.
Exactly. But they also pick and choose people that they want to follow and that they are loyal to.
Right.
With content marketing, it is like the lighthouse. You know, you are able to shine to a wider market, prospects that may have never even heard of you before because
Okay.
of content marketing, where it is permission marketing based. They are now a willing prospect to you, a willing connection. They're giving you access to say like, hey, I'm with you. I want to be part of your community. Where else with
Mm.
ads, you don't have that access. You have to spend lots of money to
Mm.
keep showing up there for them to
Yeah.
also like, oh, okay lah, do I want, whether is it the time to buy or not.
Right.
But right now you can continue to nurture. It's a
Mm.
good farming tool to have because when they believe in you, they have seen enough evidence. When
Right.
you ask for the sale, it will come by naturally.
Yeah. And I love that because I think it's farming as opposed with hunting. When we
Correct.
run ads, we run campaigns, even for me as a consumer, I think it's really important that we also, we're businesses that are promoting our work, but we're also consumers ourselves. And whenever I see an ad, I'll go like, hey, who are these fellas? Ask me for name, email, phone number. And for me, my contact details is getting more and more expensive. I'm extremely selective about where I put my data, because I know very next moment, there's going to be some, emails that are coming in. And I'm wondering, do I want to keep getting emails from these people? Then what I do is I open up their socials, I go to their website, and I see if they offer value to their community. So the content marketing almost becomes a credibility conversion tool. So even if I run ads, I throw tens and thousands of dollars into my budget, but the content marketing, I don't do anything to add value to my community. Even my ad spend will have to be a lot for me to get the same number of leads.
And
So
you know
that
what's
that
really funny, Marisa?
yeah.
A lot of people sometimes they say content marketing doesn't work. Like, I have so little
Oh,
impressions on my content and all. Let me tell you, 80% of our clients, when they put content out, they get leads. But you know where the leads come from? They don't even know that the leads are following them. They are observers, they are lurkers. We are
lurkers.
creating content, which is why I say it is not an ego driven game.
Mm,
You're writing to give. And when you give, eventually the law will, you will receive.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
doesn't mean that it is cricket, there is no
Mm,
lead. That is just a very surface and shallow belief.
got it, got
Yeah,
it, got it, got it.
agree. I
Yeah.
just want to write on what Pauline said. We had
Yeah.
situation with one of our clients who only have about 500 connections on LinkedIn.
Right.
Only 500. And close the first $1 million sales on LinkedIn with 500 connections. So more does not mean better sometimes. If you take a look at it, it's you want to have quality connections rather than having like a lot of people following you, but they are not qualified. That's how we see it. So yeah, it could work.
Mm.
It could work.
And we almost have a very different type of customer that are self-educating. They are doing their own research in the background. They are doing their own awareness. They're in fact they're look okay. If I want to buy a handphone, I want to buy a computer. I would be shopping, but I won't be actively shopping. It's quite rare that people will go to the mall and look and all that. They are actually online. So
Yeah.
if I can, whatever that we're selling, our consumer potential our potential buyer, lurkers, as Pauline is saying it, are actually out there looking for us. But if they can't find anything, they find the next best content. That's the one they consume.
That's
It's
true.
it's almost wow, because people are shopping out there. It's just that we don't know who they are and where they are. Okay, this is fantastic. I see a question coming in from Fatiha, but I think we're gonna get there. So, guys, keep the questions coming. I think it's amazing. All right, but I'm just gonna. So this is piquing my curiosity now. So we know that a lot of people are very, tend to put a lot of sales focused content, right? So what is thought leadership oriented content? How do we start those? If I can, maybe Pauline, who wants to give it a go, teach us how do we start. Oh, okay, over there. Okay, that's my chat box you're pointing at. I mean, go for it. Woo!
Okay, so leadership content.
Yeah,
Going back to the trainers example just now,
yeah.
right? So we were going to leverage that. So trainers, coaches, after they completed the training program, usually what they do is that they will post a picture of themselves, have
Okay,
completed the training program, and so on, so on, so on. Very me centric, right? Rather than doing that, you can twist it around, having the
okay.
same material,
Mhm.
and rather than doing me focus,
Yeah.
do our focus. That means I'm here to share wisdom, I'm here to share knowledge that
Right,
will educate the audience when they consume this content. So
right.
you are not no longer focusing in, you're focusing out. When you
Okay,
focus out, the idea is not to sell. The
okay.
idea is to share. The idea
Right,
is to document stuff so
right.
that when the readers, the audience are reading your content, they get value from it. So you take a look at the same materials that you have. So you put
Yeah.
the picture again, happy
Mm.
faces.
Yep.
A twist to it could be something as simple as this. Hey, I just completed the training program here, and these are some of the lessons that I learned from this program that I think will be beneficial for
Wow.
you. You know,
Wow.
so it's a twist there, right? It's no longer me centric. It's now
Yeah.
you focus.
What did I
right?
learn? Yeah,
did I
and then
learn,
hopefully it's something you can learn too. Giving.
Exactly. And
That's
from
fantastic.
that particular content itself, we can basically build engagement there. Hey, this is something that happens to me. What about you? You see that? It's social media for a reason. You're creating content. It's not just one-way content. You're creating a content in such a way that I am expecting you to respond back to this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that power. Yeah, you want to get that engagement. The engagement is the one that will get the eyeball. The engagement is the one that will get more visibility for you. Like for example, like right now, guys, if you can give in more love, get more like, and right, just press on it. It will actually build up the engagement. So the keywords, it will get more people to be able to watch this as well. So
Yeah, give
engagement
us your
matters
love.
in this game.
Yeah, yeah. Totally. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I mean,
Passing it back to Pauline.
yeah, over to Pauline. Yeah, what's the difference in terms of, and how do we get started? Thought leadership, such a big word, right? So how to start?
Number one is I will remove the word thought leadership,
Okay,
but I will replace it with being helpful.
being helpful.
Yes. So when you're being helpful, what are the stories that you can share? What are the experiences that you can share that you are basically like a mentor to help somebody to overcome a certain problem? If you look at it, right, we love giving advices.
Right.
We are very good at giving advices when friends are, in need of help lah.
Right.
So the thing here is, why can't we do the same for our target audience? So for a business owner, for example, you started your business for a reason. You had a mission that you're championing. You believe that maybe certain target audience deserve something. Put it all out there. Share with them maybe the processes that that you have discovered that is going to get them that solution, that transformation. And then from there, what you want to really learn is to learn some basic content writing skills, because your knowledge, when you're sharing, is very natural. There is emotions involved. But then when they write, koyak, suddenly it's like, why robot like that, right? Like,
Why
so
all the features, all the product, all the specs, all that coming out.
correct.
Yeah.
But so the thing here, I always say here is, if you think that the mindset is stopping you from writing, you always record it on your phone first, and then you get that translated. We can talk about the AI later, but it's so much possible, because then you're capturing your spontaneity in your knowledge sharing.
Right.
Mm.
I really love both what Pauline, you're sharing. So guys, chime right in. Afzan, hearts to you too. Okay, because I think if I can bring on the questions, because guys, you have two amazing experts here, and I've got some good questions in there. But I think one thing that's piquing my interest is also you talk about this experience. This the relevance, right? I personally feel that for a small business, that's possible. Where the business owner and the CEO, they are still very active, banging at the handphone, they're waiting for the next meeting, or they're sitting in the car, they put some, a post out, right? But if I'm running a larger business, that's where it gets very transactional. Marketing department starts just putting, okay, today we talk about this product, that event, that trend, then it becomes very impersonal. What are some of your advice for that?
Okay. It's very interesting because I just came back from Kuching to deliver a training program for a group of, I call them the core value. They were basically handpicked by the organizations
Yeah.
to learn more about how to position themselves online and how to start creating content, right? In which I think that's the direction that companies should be moving to. Unfortunately, I can't see a lot of examples of organizations that's doing that now today in Malaysia, but I can pick up a few that I really, really like. In TikTok, there's this guy by the name of Dr. Kelvin Q. I've been following him for the last 3 years. Brilliant guy, millions of followers on TikTok. He's a Chinese dude who actually do content in Bahasa Malaysia and do a lot of moral skits to educate people about entrepreneurship and also subtly talk about his company MK Curtains, right?
Yeah.
So that's him being a thought leader, right? Him putting
Mm.
himself out there as the CEO of the company and putting his brand out there, while the company brand is at the back. He's the
Okay.
face of the company. That's one branding. The
Mm.
second part of branding that I really like is when he actually teaches his people to create content on TikTok as well, right?
Excellent.
And what's brilliant about it is that now he also have advocates
Yep.
that is also creating content on behalf of the companies. Brilliant
Excellent.
marketing, right?
Right.
Third
Wow.
part, he has a great marketing team that is curating the content for them. And at the same time, what I also noticed is that they also hire influencers to come in
Okay.
to also do content on their behalf as well. So
Right.
those three itself, right, where the CEO is the face of the company,
Yeah.
you have the employee of the company coming out and
Right.
doing employee branding, and then you have the marketing team curating stuff,
Yeah.
looking at ways on how they can have their voice out there.
Mhm.
I think that's the way to move forward.
Mm.
One of our mentor in the early days of Popcorn actually said this to us, and I really truly believe this is something that we really hold to. Yeah, is that every company nowadays, you have to operate as if you are a media company, right?
Right.
You cannot ignore that content marketing is there to stay,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And now we
Yeah.
have AI coming in. There's a lot more stuff coming up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you have to start curating your content, your marketing in such a way that you need to schedule it. Don't do
Correct.
things last minute now. I notice that
It needs
a
to be
lot
a
of the
plan. It needs to be
it needs to be a
aligned.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Got it.
A lot of the newbies I notice what they do. Every time I say, okay, you need to create 2 content in a week, right? They always do things like last minute. Like they have to post it at 9 o'clock. They only think about it at 8:30. That's where
Mhm.
you sabotage everything. Right? Not gonna work.
Mm.
Yeah?
Okay. Not gonna work
That's
that
just my
you're
thought.
you're reacting. That when you're
Yeah.
so reactive, huh? I really love this question, and I think it's a bit more relevant to Nick Kaironisa is asking this question: can thought leadership extend to employer brand? Wow, that's amazing. Pauline, do you want to take this one? This is a good one.
I think
Thanks.
so. The thing here is, Amin has actually kind of like mentioned a whole chunk of that. What he just mentioned is, the employee advocacy part, which falls within the employee brand.
Mm,
The thing here, one of the questions that I would always ask myself here is the Malaysian market ready?
mm, mm.
A lot of the CEOs and all that are pretty much old school. So the question here is organizations that are innovative driven, are technology driven, this could be something that they can look into. Because
Yeah.
one of the words that I learned from you, Marisa, is the word leverage.
Mm.
Okay. And leverage is a very powerful word for a business owner. Imagine if you have 1,000 employees. You have
Yeah.
1,000 employees that you can leverage to build a brand that is going to attract maybe more business opportunities, that's going to attract investors, talent employees. And all you
Mm,
need to do is, create training programs or maybe gamify all of this
mm.
program to welcome, to invite all
Wow.
of these employees, to join into the movement of positioning or sharing content on LinkedIn. So there is going to be some form of boundaries that you can create, but they
Yep.
can play within the company's culture. Because at the end
Wow.
of the day, the culture is how you're going to embody, how you're going to show it out to the world.
Right. Right.
But
And
how
and
you
I
show it,
really
yeah,
Yeah, and I really love this because I think every so often when you talk about content marketing or you talk about posting, social media, man, it's always just one department. But when I see
Mm.
very successful companies do it, it's literally the post can come from it's almost instead of marketplace branding, where it's only one function, one department, it is employer brand, which means
correct.
everyone can post, everyone can share their experience, their expression at the workplace.
Mhm.
And that is very liberating. But you're right. I don't think a lot of companies, even many Western companies, I don't think they're ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
There
really,
Yeah.
was
really
there
Can I,
was
powerful.
one
can,
case
can
study,
I,
like,
I
oh,
yeah.
you
Go ahead. Go ahead.
there was this one case study last time. I remember there's this company that was experimenting with employee advocacy.
Yeah.
What they did here is they gave a phone and their social media account, and the marketing department just kept quiet, and every department basically did their own content, and it went crazy. because
Wow.
they were having so much fun and that sense of ownership, right? Interpreting how they actually view their work and the people around it, the culture.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. And people didn't even see it as you need to do it. It's part of your KPI. It was just fun. It was just
Yeah.
building relationship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the question is, are you giving them the power to also be part of your business?
Right. And if I can, I think the next part of the conversation is really interesting because I really want to talk about AI, right? And I see these questions all coming up here. Now, one thing that just niggles at me is this. I think a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, they say, "Aya, I'm a bit shy lah. I don't want to on video. Aya, Coach Marisa, you can lah. You can talk lah. You can say all this. You can type. You can write. But a lot of business owners, I don't know how to do that. I can't turn up on video. And do I use my personal profile? Can I not just use my company page and then just promote from there? So there are a lot of these questions, but I hope, guys, can you help us clarify that a little bit more? Yeah. I mean, do you want to take this?
Okay,
Personal or company brand? And what if I'm very introverted? How
we are today. Today, what I noticed is that people follow people first before they follow brand.
follow
Like if
people?
you
That's
if
right.
you if you call a brand out, and then you will always remember the person behind the brand. Like if I say Asia, the first thing that comes out to your mind is Tony
Boom.
Fernandez, right?
That's right.
If I say Tesla, you have Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You say Salesforce, you have Mark Benioff, right? So you
Yeah.
have all of these amazing people who are the face of the company.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that going back to the question earlier, I'm just going to take one step back before we go on to this. Um, I think one of the role that marketing departments need to have nowadays when it comes to the company marketing is not just them doing the marketing, but them facilitating the whole content creation process, right?
Okay.
Gamifying the whole content creation process, and finding ways on how I can encourage more people to speak.
Right.
Either you like it or not, your people are talking about you.
Okay.
Okay, so they are
Whether
talking
you
about
do it
you, and
on
they
social
will,
media.
yeah, yeah. So, isn't it better for us to facilitate and curate it rather than allowing them to just go free flow and then they talk bad about you?
Yeah,
There's one way
yeah, yeah, yeah.
on how to do this. So
Yeah.
going back to the initial question just now, with AI coming in, um, if you have all of this doubt that it's difficult for you to create content,
Yeah.
I personally feel now
Easier
it's
than
easier.
ever. It's
It's so much
easier than
easier,
ever,
and
right?
it is it's amazing how to see this. The training that I just delivered.
Yeah.
Um, I will usually take about a few trainings to
Mm.
be able to teach people to do content creation.
Right.
Usually, right? Just to do a
Right.
simple copywriting, right?
Mm.
But we did this 2 day training program. On the second day, we learned about content, right? 90% of the people who were inside the training room managed to post their social media content within minutes because of AI.
Well, because of AI. So that's the
Because of
next
AI.
question. That's the next question
Yeah.
because I think Fatiha brought this up. Can we use AI to help us generate content? The answer is a big, hairy, audacious yes, right?
Yes.
However,
Yes.
but if I can, what we're seeing is then people then misusing AI. I mean, the biggest hottest topic is ChatGPT. It made it so easy for us, right? And then after that came a bunch of other AI tools, isn't it? So, but if I can, as much as AI is making it easier for us to generate content, how are people misusing it or not using it right? Care to share your thoughts? Maybe Pauline on this one.
The thing here is, if you don't know the formula or the strategy behind content, you will think that, oh, this is a content that is going to capture me attention.
Right.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So if you look at the iceberg, right, there's many things that is at the deeper layer to it. So the thing with content here is, do you even, number one, if you don't know your target audience, you are not able to then prompt, because then you will just be asking questions that you assume is what your target audience want. And
Right.
a lot of time people are writing content assuming that that is what their audience need to hear. And when that happens, you're talking down to people. There is not going to be any connection or relatability. So with content, what I like to do is to really use it to do market research, to identify and understand my, target audience better.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at it, they have all the database, for example. I can just prompt to understand a little bit more and says, can you tell me, like, what is their darkest, deepest fear, things that they will journal down before they sleep every single night. And
Right.
the chat GPT, right, can actually write all of that. And then it allows you to understand them better. And then after that, I can say, okay, from all of this, right, what is give me top 20 list of their fears and anxieties, their goals, their aspirations and stuff.
Right.
So chat
Right.
GPT can save you so many time because it took us 2 years to figure out our target audience. You know, we still have clients sometimes who are not even sure of their target clients yet because everything
Yeah.
is stuck here, right?
Yeah.
So with ChatGPT, if you know how to use it correctly and you know how to prompt the questions correctly, it's going to be
Yeah.
very powerful for you as an information. And
Mm.
then a second thing here is if you are not good in writing lah,
Okay.
that's your excuse lah, right?
Okay.
Then you just write a draft copy. And then
Okay.
you get them to prompt to help you enhance to write better hook, better copies, better transition, how to,
Oh.
increase the pain further. Because
Wow.
if your content is also long, but your hook sucks, 80%
Mm.
of the time they're not even going to be bothered to read your content body.
Mm. I
So
see. Yeah.
one of
How I see people use Chat GPT is that they put in a prompt, their first prompt, and then they get a whole bunch of bullets, and it's sometimes very stale. Okay, 5 ways for me to manage my emotional intelligence, and out comes all these bullets, right? But the challenge with that is I personally feel it, okay, number one, if you put that same content back into ChatGPT, it will say I generated this. Alamak, Shai Dila.
yeah,
We have to personalize it. We've got to put our own. And so I really love what you talked about in terms of the story, the relevance, the emotion. That's where you take all those bullets and you connect it to your audience. Then they know, they're talking about me.
yeah.
So I think that there are so many good things that we can do with AI. If I can, I think there are some more questions coming in here. Thanks, William. AI content, is there a proven formula to follow for a first time manufacturer exporting their products to, e.g., the UK? Oh, that's a cool question. Thanks so much, William. Who wants to give it a go? Yeah.
Is there a proven formula to follow for first-time manufacturers exporting the product? William, first question I will ask is, who are you targeting? Who will be your audience, right? Identify that first. Once you have identified that, second question I always ask is, what are some of the problems and challenges that all of these people have to go through, right? With ChatGPT, you can identify that, right? You can just do a simple prompt and say, list down some of the challenges that this particular audience have, and just prompt it as much as you can. And once you have all of this information, you can look into, hey, based on all of these problems, right, come up with a content calendar for me, okay, that
Yeah.
basically will help to solve some of these problems, right, for the next 30 days. Boom, you will have all this content idea coming up. Right? Just like that itself, right? Just by doing that particular process, you already have like hundreds of ideas that you can generate for you to kickstart your content writing. Right? But the problem with a lot of people when it comes to prompting and using AI is that they are very
Okay.
lazy. They
Mm.
they they take what they see and then they
Okay.
will just post it out with it. So the posting that
Okay.
we see has no emotion. Yeah.
Give us some
It's the same.
examples of how we keep prompting our Chat GPT. Okay, everybody here know Chat GPT or not? I better check. Everybody, Chat GPT, say yeah, say okay, yeah. All right, because I think there are a lot of other tools now. There's Chat GPT, there's Google Bard as well, and then we're going to talk about some tools later. But how to keep prompting Chat GPT? Give us some examples, lah.
Oh, you want me to give the example, is it?
Yeah lah. Give lah, give.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Usually what I do, first thing, I will prompt up, I will basically identify to ChatGPT my position. Who am I?
Okay, your position. Who are
Hi,
you?
yeah,
Okay.
hi. I am a LinkedIn coach, right? And what I do is that I help entrepreneurs to build their authority on LinkedIn so that we'll be able to generate more leads and sales, right? I want to create a 30-day content for my community members.
Wow.
First thing I want to do is for you to help me to list down some of the challenges and the problem that service-based entrepreneurs have in relation to LinkedIn. I'll do that first. I'll identify, come up
Okay.
with information, right? Then they will come up with
Okay.
all the problems. Okay, so I have all of this problem listed out. Then I will look into, okay, give me some more. I'll ask for more. I'll ask for more. I'll ask for more. And then I will identify the few that I like. And
Okay.
from there, I will tell them, okay, I like point number 1, point number 5, point number 6, point number 8,
Got it.
point number 10. Can you create 5 different social media posts in relation to this one particular problem, right? Include the solution and also the solution, and you can even prompt up the tone of your post,
Yes.
right? Create it in such a way that you do it. Create the post as if you are a writer for Malaysia Kini, for example.
Wow.
Boom, you
Wow.
will come up with a prompt, right? Now that you have
Right.
those prompts, right? What do you do with it? You keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. Anyway, usually that's what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something that you cannot do with an intern. But
Right.
with ChatGPT, I see ChatGPT as a very helpful, sophisticated intern
Wow.
that can help you to do a lot of things. I'll
Wow,
take
that's
that post,
fantastic.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
what I do is I will not take everything bulat-bulat like that. I will go to
Yeah.
Grammarly and start putting my own juice into it. If I need to
Oh.
paraphrase it, I'll use another AI tool to do it.
Mhm.
Now, what you
Okay.
get after that is that when you start doing that, right, and you can,
Yeah.
what I really like about this whole entire process is that you can mass produce your content. You can spend
Wow.
like 2 hours or 3 hours just to do this,
Okay.
and you will have like hundreds of content that you plan out for the whole entire month or weeks and so on.
Wow.
Then you can
Wow.
schedule
That's
it, right? Use another AI tool to schedule it, and there you go.
amazing. Amazing, amazing. Lovely answers, Amin, Pauline, on the right content writing for exporting to the UK market. Thank you, William. That's fantastic. Another very good question here, and maybe Pauline, you can take this. Does Chat GPT have limitations like nonsensical answers or facts? Oh, that's a good one.
They do have some form of limitations. You have to
Yeah,
double check the answers
yeah, mm-hmm.
because not all the answers are correct,
Yeah,
especially when it comes to anything that happens within this region.
yeah. And
I
before
tested a few
2021.
times. Yeah, before
Yeah,
2021, I tested it before. So one of the questions I asked is who was the winner of Indonesian Idol in the year 2021? They
right.
come up with the wrong answer for me.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you
I mean,
have
for
to check.
yeah, for some of those facts, I find Google Bard, BARD, is better. Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, yes.
I don't know what your experience is, but very few people use Google Bard. They are more familiar with ChatGPT.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go into this because I think it's really we're running out of time, but I think this last one is very very important. So guys, if you have any last few questions, just pour it in. Okay. So the last one is, what are your favorites, your top favorite AI tools? Because I know you guys are like the champions of content marketing and authority marketing, and you've done so many programs for CEOs and leaders, right? What are your top favorite tools? Yeah. Pauline, you first.
So my
Guys, get ready to take notes, huh? Get ready to take notes, huh?
number one is I live and breathe with Canva.
Canva, okay, yeah, pretty awesome one. Canva. Can someone write that down, please? Canva, okay, if you know it. Okay,
It helps
next.
me to save time with all my designs. So that's that. Number two is I use Simplify app for the company.
What?
Simplify app. So
Simplified app.
yeah, Simplify app. With
Okay.
Simplify app, it can actually help you to rewrite your content. It's something like Chat GPT, but it is more towards an auto tweaking. So you can pick like informal, hopeful, inspirational. I need to write a content that's based on the past problem agitate solution framework and all that. And you can
Mm,
also then use that to store all of your materials there together with your visuals, and you can schedule
okay.
it as a social media scheduler.
That's pretty cool. Wow.
And it also has the Canva function. So you can design videos and visual templates in there. And right now they're introducing the AI graphics.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
good. Fantastic. Give us
uh,
your next one. Number
third
3.
one would be Shield app. So that's more on analyzing the LinkedIn content metrics. So
Okay.
what the
Shield ad.
Shield app, yes.
Okay. Got it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Third one would be for us, we use ContentFries or vid.io to, turn long form content videos into short form content, binge worthy content, together
Oh.
with all the auto subtitle. What I like about ContentFries is you can pick Singaporean language.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh,
Like
that's
to
excellent.
Malaysian. Yeah, that's why. So I love that.
Got it, got it. Oh, Fatiha here uses Opus Clip, my favorite. Okay, so now we have a few more options, Fatiha, that I think Pauline mentioned just now. Hey, thanks for your top 5, and over to Amin, your fave 5.
Okay, so before I go to the top 5, the normal general one, yeah, Chat GPT, but okay, of
Yeah,
course that one's very important.
yeah.
Grammarly, until today, I still love it.
Okay,
But
Grammarly.
for those of you England not so good, use Grammarly, please. Okay, it really does help.
Ooh.
Another one that I really like nowadays is Mid Journey. Brilliant, brilliant AI tool. That basically with Mid Journey, you can prompt them to come up with very beautiful visuals
Okay.
that you can basically prompt, and you can do things like, hey, I want you to create a design of Jesus Christ riding driving Porter Saga, something like that.
Right.
They will come up with that, with those kind of visuals. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Another one that I really really like is also analytical tools like
Mm.
BuzzSumo. I like that one.
Mm. Bus
I
Sumo.
BuzzSumo, yes, but you have to
All
pay for
right.
that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay. What else that I missed out? On the phone, CapCuts. If you're on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and you want to do your editing work and all that, CapCut is
Mm-hmm.
really really brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
They have
CapCut.
thousands and thousands of templates they can use, so there is no excuse for you not to be able to edit your video on the go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? What else do I miss? ChatGPT done
Wah,
already. Canva
wah,
done already.
banyaknya,
Hey, a
banyaknya.
lot. We actually have like
Oh.
a full list of it.
Later you put it
Um,
all in there. I mean, Pauline, I didn't catch all of it lah, but so many gems inside there. William, what good AI tool lah? Tadi Amin dah share that one, CapCut. Okay, jalan
Yeah,
on.
CapCut
CapCut.
is brilliant. There's also Leap Video,
Lead
but
video.
it take a heavy toll on your phone
Okay.
because it's a very heavy app to have. But it's
Okay.
brilliant because the AI for the template is just beautiful. You
Amazing.
can also use InShots. InShot is another app for video making that's really really good too. Yeah.
Okay, in shorts, huh? I've heard of that one. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Wow, that was priceless. Okay, with all the tools that you mentioned just now, there's almost no reason to not generate content.
True.
Hello, hello, right? Wow. Okay. So time is running out, but I really want to have you guys share your last thoughts, guys. And please, gang, any of you who are enjoying this session so far, give us a thumbs up, give us a yeah, give me a shout out to Amin, Pauline, don't forget Maresa. Yeah, but guys, give us a shout out. Yeah, before we end off today, we're gonna hear from these two experts. What are their words of wisdom as we end off today? Yeah, Azan, awesome, Anita, Nisa, very helpful, thank you. Mazlan Harun, try any one or AI tool to do content marketing. Oh, yet to try. Must do, Mazlan. Woo! Okay. Words of wisdom. Lie. Who wants to go first? I mean, Pauline. Okay, one to Zoom.
I go first lah. Oh,
Okay.
one or
On.
two. Okay, I go first lah. Okay. Words of wisdom for today. Um, do now, or you will miss out on a lot of opportunity. That's it. You
Just
start
do it.
creating the content now,
Yeah.
because here's the thing: if you people are going out there doing
Yeah.
it, and you're
Mhm.
missing out on this,
Mhm.
and when they Google you out and they can't find your content, there's no one else to be blamed. It's a
Yeah.
CEO. Okay.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
nowadays it's very simple. Either you like it or not, people will Google you first, right?
Mm.
And where do you see yourself on Google?
Yeah.
Simple as
Yeah.
that, right? If people can't find you on
Totally.
Google, that's it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, just start.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
Just start. Just start. Yeah. Don't even think, my content not nice, not pretty. Oh, I gotta have a studio. I gotta have this. I gotta no. Just a phone, a
You
camera.
know,
Do it.
to add to that,
Yeah.
most of the successful content creator now
Yeah.
were beginner when they started. One of the content creators that I really love, his name is Yandaro Al Amien. You can see
Mm.
him on Instagram.
Yeah.
16 million revenue in terms of sales for sambal just for this
Sambal.
year.
That's right. Karami.
Brilliant, right?
Yes.
But he doesn't
Brilliant.
sell sambal in the beginning, right? The only thing that he did was just to create content on cooking.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that took
Amazing.
him more than 5 years. Yeah.
Absolutely doable. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And more people are showing up doing it.
Exactly. And you should see his first video. The
Mm.
lesson that you need to learn from Kyle Laming is for any content creator, always take a look at their first video. It was horrible. Most of the time it was horrible. Your first content will always be the most horrible content that you do not want to reach. But
Even
it's just part of
yeah,
the process. Yeah.
it's part of the process. No, I totally agree. Now, even I don't like looking at one of my first few content. I'm like, oh, Maresa, you look horrible. I don't want to scroll to the bottom. Ew. All right. I mean, but that's so priceless. Pauline, what about you? What's your, what's that gem of wisdom that you want to leave us all with?
I think somewhat similar to, I mean, like number one, as an entrepreneur, right? What is the cost of inaction? What would that look like for your business if you do not want to play in the content marketing game? Are you able to pay that price? Because as business owners, there is always a dollar and cents attached to it.
Yeah.
And it may not affect you today, but right now, with how the industries and the things has changed, it no longer is like 5, 10 years. It's going to attack you and bite you in within 1 or 2 years. So
Mm.
you can still stay stubborn, but I believe a lot of the times with entrepreneurs, it is just a need of the mindset shift and to
Yes.
just address the inner fear. At the end of the
Mm.
day, it is always that fear that limits us. And
Mm.
how I like to translate this is because this year I made a was it this year or last year? I made a decision to show up online because I'm always the person behind the screen doing the COO work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the mindset that was the biggest barrier of entry. And I
Mindset.
know that if I continue to do that, the business is going to suffer because
Mm.
I am limiting my reach to a lot of potential prospects who I know I can impact the lives. So if you know that you can really impact lives, then what the hell are you doing by playing so small, by using that,
Mm.
nonsense limiting mindset? So
Love
to
it.
me right now is a content a day basically can change a person's life without you knowing.
Wow. 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 And we don't know. We don't know how sometimes even that piece of content is reaching out to somebody down. Somebody
Yeah.
reads it and they realize, oh my gosh, I've got the same problem, but she's got the same problem. He's
Correct.
facing the same thing. I'm not alone. And you're making that difference. But we are letting our own fear or insecurity or get the best of us. But we
Yeah.
don't realize that content marketing is at a very shallow point of view is to sell something. I think is to make a difference, is to give. I love Pauline. You said that very early on, and I totally resonate with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Guys, I just want to say we're going to end off today. Yeah. Everybody, can you just give me a big high five? Give me a clap. Give me a like. Give me a love for our Amin and Pauline. Woohoo! Come on, let's bring in some love, everyone. As I just end off today. All right, we're gonna end off, guys. We are doing the CEO exchange, so I want you guys to take note. You guys want more of Amin and Pauline, these badass coaches? Nak tak? Nak tak? Nak ah? Cakap nak, 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 nak. Okay, if you nak, okay. See CEO Exchange, they're going to be there. All right. We're going to bring like all the amazing and the bestest. All right. So sorry, bad England. ChatGPT should check out. All the bestest of the bestest will be there. The art of mastering digital waves of influence, there's so much more that we need to know. For example, content marketing, which two amazing experts. We have SEO, search engine optimization, what you're doing with your Google business page, how to become more and more and more out there. So guys, please save the date. Okay, 25th of August. Okay, this is physical. Okay, so stay tuned for a lot more live wires that we're doing with amazing people like Amin and Pauline. But please come for this event as well. And guys, please screenshot this QR code. Tolong. Okay, kalau dan you not already, please screenshot this QR code and register. Okay. So because you're on this live wire, you will get your pass absolutely sponsored. All right. So please, by all means, do that. Okay? Whoa. Okay. I hope everybody is safe. Alamak, apa tu? Why got heartbreak one? Okay. So gang, if you want to be in touch with Amin and Pauline as well, how do we do that? Can we add you on your LinkedIn? Can you please pop it in? Thank you, Nick Karunisa. Please save the date. I want to see you guys. Thanks, Visaka Chu. Awesome. Please put in your LinkedIn. Guys, can we connect with our super awesome badass coaches today? All right. Woo! All right. Okay, gang. If you have friends that wanted to be here today but tak sempat, please share this video. Yeah, whether you're on Facebook, we're also on LinkedIn, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. Please go and like us all. Okay, so just now Mazlan is going to like us already. Thank you. Get rid of the ego and all will glow. Fiona, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome, gang. So we're gonna end off today, everyone. Yeah, just want to say thank you. Yeah, it's been awesome having you here. We hope that you will keep practicing. Yeah, please get started. Amin and Pauline have given you so many gems, including all the tools just now. If you didn't catch it, please rewind. Please rewind this live. Go back and listen to it. But if I can, Amin, Pauline, can you please put all those tools you mentioned just now inside the chat box so that we can all grab it as well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cleo. Thank you, Fatiha. Thank you, Fiona, for being here. Also, heartbreak because the habis. So cute. Good sekarang. Thank you. Yes, Mazlan, thank you for putting in your LinkedIn as well. If you want to connect with us, by all means, let's do that. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. Stay tuned and see you all again soon. All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.